Hello everyone, Shinto Bean here playing some more Warhammer combat cards, and in this one I'm going to be introducing the newest Supreme Commander to enter the game. In June of 2024, this is Supreme Commander Morvenn Vahl, 84 points, so she's 40 points more expensive than the regular version. Significantly higher stats, obviously, but the special rule is quite fun. It introduces a new mechanic that we haven't seen before, utilizing these things called battle tokens. Basically how it works is whenever any card is destroyed, you get a faith token, and you also get 2 faith tokens just at the beginning of the game and 2 more when the warlord deploys. And then for each faith token that you have, it gives you a 10% chance of triggering a miracle, which can either increase or decrease the damage of an attack by 75%. And then whenever a miracle happens, it reduces your faith token by 1. Before we get into the battle, there is a free pack of Sororitas cards that you can claim in the shop, just 20 cards. They'll be introducing a few new Sororitas bodyguards as well. I don't think they're in the game quite yet. These are all older cards, as you can see. Now, let's get over into the campaign here. Everything is set to max level. We got 400 deck points available, and I've come up with 2 different decks to use with this new Morvin Vahl. The first one is more of a sort of a meta deck. I think a lot of these bodyguards are really strong and would do well with pretty much any warlord. We got Celestine. Now, of course, whenever one of your cards dies, you get a miracle token. So cards with Endless will trigger that twice. And the idea behind this deck is actually just running a bunch of cards that have more than one powerful attack type, which normally I don't really do so much with other warlords. I like to focus with like a singular attack type, like a strong range deck or a strong melee deck, but this is sort of a more balanced one, where a lot of the cards, you know, they can do a lot of damage either with ranged or melee. We got some healing here. Belisarius Call, the bodyguard, is quite good at max level. This thing is quite good as well. The one card with a sort of weak attack here is the Penitent Engine, which just has very weak ranged attack, partly running it just for the keyword card. And then you got cards like this with only 1 attack type, but yeah, the 1 attack does a lot of damage. Also, the miracles can apparently trigger on traits as well, damage dealing traits, so like Sonic Blast, Precision Shot, something to keep in mind. So we got this sort of all-around deck that can do pretty well in pretty much any situation, I would think. But for this battle, I do want to try something a little different and just go with a mainly ranged deck running a bunch of cards with only 1 attack type. So that means the miracles will trigger less frequently when you are attacking, but when they do trigger, it will be a lot more impactful, especially on these big cards with like Barrage, which can make a huge difference. And that's sort of the tricky thing with this special rule, is that you don't have control over when the miracles happen so much. Of course, every time you kill something, it does increase the chance of a miracle occurring, but it does occur quite often, so it's a lot of just back and forth. Anyway, let's go ahead and deploy with this ranged attack and see the new special rule in action. Alright, so we're up against the Swarm Lord. Swarm Lord, of course, is able to debuff your attacks, so I think that will make the miracles more important, helping you to deal additional damage to get past the, the debuffs. So let's go ahead and we'll deploy Celestine first, get that Inspiring Presence on the field. They got an Exocrine. Oh, that's gonna be a little problematic. So I guess we can go with Barrage. Could start working down those shields. We do want to get the one big game hunter. We got like the heavy ordnance team right here, but since the enemy is able to counter deploy, I think we want to save that for a little bit later. So you know what, we'll just drop 2 barrage tanks here. Got the Basilisk and the Manticore. Just bought that in the shop. It just showed up the other day and just purchased every copy that I could. Pretty cool card there. So yeah, we'll go ahead and we do have the initiative. You can see right here at the next to the Warlord icon, we got the 20% there. That indicates how many battle tokens you have at the moment. You can actually tap on it, and it brings up this nice looking UI explaining the whole token mechanic, how many you have, and the chance you have of triggering the token, the miracles. Very cool. So, let's go ahead and kick things off with a nice set of barrages here. Actually, we'll slow down the game speed because it does get a little bit hard to track what's going on. So we'll take it nice and slow. So there's the first attack, no miracle there. Again, only a 20% chance of triggering. Here we do, okay, and we did get the token there. So yeah, okay. Looks like the first miracle triggering right there against the Exocrine's attack. So that was reduced. Normally it would have done 100 damage, but it only did like 20 something. So yeah, 75% is huge. On the enemy turn, they are going melee. That's quite a bit of damage. We do have a 30% chance of the miracles triggering, but nothing actually happens there, which is fine. Okay, on our turn, we have been debuffed by the Swarmlord special rule, minus 15% to the ranged damage. Let's go ahead and we should be able to knock out the Hormigaunt there. Do we actually have enough to take down that Tyranid Prime? Not really sure. I'm not going to do the math, but we'll just see what happens here. Okay, there's a miracle triggering right there. Boom, 75% increased damage, 207 there. Bit of an overkill, I think, on the Tyranid Prime, and that does happen. Yeah, it happens a lot, actually, where the miracle will trigger when you're going to kill the thing anyway, so, yeah. Let's see, what are they bringing out? Some small stuff, some more shields. Got a Maliceptor with the Psionic Blast, and there goes 25 damage to all lanes. They're going Psychic now. 97 damage. That does get reduced by a miracle right there. So the Manticore only taking 25 damage from that attack. Yeah. Some really nice damage reduction there. Okay. Let's go ahead and we will keep going with the range, because that's what we're doing. We were able to knock out one of the shields there with the splash damage, and another miracle triggering there. In this case, it doesn't actually do anything, because we're going to kill the thing anyway. 30% chance still. No miracle there, but Celestine does get her damage increased here up to 119 and gets the counterattack reduced to 26 again. So Celestine faring very well against that Exocrine there. Alright, they're bringing out some more ranged units of their own. Barrage unit in the center lane, 25 more damage from the Psionic Blast. They're going melee. And down goes the Basilisk. And 12 damage to the Manticore. Celestine once again getting saved by the miracle. That's pretty amazing right there. Very nice. And this turn, okay, I think we can bring out the heavy ordnance team here. Big Game Hunter. Use that las cannon to hopefully take down the Maliceptor. We do have an Inspiring Presence on that. Yeah, this thing is a common card, but it just deals an absurd amount of damage. So 148 plus another 75% from the Big Game Hunter. Only a 10% chance of miracle, so that's probably not going to be happening. But yeah, 259 damage right there. And oh, the Manticore does get blessed there. Boom. Blowing everything up, and that is 3 more tokens for us. We'll speed things up a little bit. And Swarmlord will be deploying here with 4 shields. That's going to be a little difficult to get through. Oh, Hierophant. Bio-Titan coming down too. So the Tyranids not quite done yet, saving the best for last. Now they are going for Psychic, 126 damage, taking down the Manticore. It's a good thing we saved that heavy ordnance team, though. Yeah, this is going to be pretty painful. What can we do here? I guess we'll just go with the Ballistarius. We now have a 40% chance of a miracle occurring. And it does trigger on the precision shot, although that is kind of wasted because the Swarmlord can just block so much damage with the shields. How much, you ask? Each shield blocks 258 damage. That's quite a bit. Definitely going to take a miracle to get through that, I think. Although the las cannon actually will be able to do some damage. Let's see if we can trigger a miracle here. And nope, nothing from that. So yeah, I mean this thing is getting buffed, but I don't think, yeah, it's not enough to get through the shield. Celestine goes down. She redeploys. Now the animation doesn't actually trigger. I've noticed when endless cards redeploy, but we do get the token, as you can see there, 30%. All right, it's their turn. Oh yeah, the Ballistarius got poisoned. Big melee attack here, taking that thing down. Celestine taking a lot of damage as well. We got the counterattack getting powered up though, 181 damage. And Swarmlord, let's see, just one more shield on that. That means okay, we're gonna go like this. Let's drop the Stratoraptor. Got the ranged scout here. The Stratoraptor will be able to knock out that last shield, saving the big game hunting las cannon to take down the Swarmlord, hopefully in one shot. So here we go. 30% chance of the miracle. I do kind of wish we had deployed the Warlord now. Oh, we do get the miracle there. Boom. So that would have done like 500 damage or something. Ridiculous amount of damage there. So yeah, that was pretty fun. I got to see quite a few of those faith tokens coming in and then being used for the miracles, both when increasing the damage of our attacks and decreasing the enemy attacks. Yeah, that was really good. And I think this deck actually works surprisingly well, despite a lot of the cards being like commons and rares. So I do think this deck all around just does a lot more damage on the enemy turn, especially with the ability to go melee. But yeah, that is a new Warlord for you. Obviously, when the Warlord herself deploys, she's going to be absolutely crazy. Really strong ranged and melee attacks, fear, and then, of course, getting 2 more faith tokens immediately when the Warlord deploys means she's going to be hitting super hard and also be very hard to take down. So yeah, really fun Warlord, great addition to the game, and I am looking forward to seeing more future Warlords with this token mechanic. It's quite a lot of fun, I think. So yeah, currently Servants of the Emperor now have 9 Warlords, as do Space Marines. But yeah, hopefully some of the other factions, like, Eldar is still sitting at 6 Warlords. Tyranids also only have 6. So let me know what you think of this new mechanic if you have any questions. But thanks for watching, and I will see you next time.